Kingdom Kids! Come on, it's time for another adventure.
CC, it's story time. CC, it's story time! CC always telling the stories, pink hair and socks, and she's never boring. Whiteboard with the orange tie. You need a recap, Derek is your guy. Oh, with a flow so cold. Everybody get ready for adventure mode. Heather with the crew that's so disruptive. Hey, what's that? Friendly interruption! Kingdom Kids, yeah, Kingdom Kids. Kingdom Kids, yeah, Kingdom Kids!
Welcome back for another adventure, Kingdom Kids. I'm so glad that you could join us again. In today's lesson, we're going to learn about a man named Elisha, who was an amazing prophet of God. We get to hear all about the miracles he performed. But before we do that, we need a recap. Take it away, Derek.
In the last lesson, we learned about the evil king Ahab's wife, Queen Jezebel. There was a vineyard near King Ahab's place, and a man named Naboth owned it. One day, Ahab asked Naboth to let him buy the vineyard, but Naboth did not want to sell it. So Ahab went home angry. His wife Jezebel went to him and asked, "Why are you upset?" So King Ahab told her about Naboth, and Jezebel answered, "I will get Naboth's vineyard for you." Jezebel found some men to lie about Naboth. Jezebel sent Naboth to stand before people on trial. She called the men forward, and they started to lie about things that Naboth did. So the people killed him with stones. Jezebel told Ahab, "Naboth is dead. Now you can go and take the vineyard that you wanted." Sometime later, God sent a prophet to a man named Jehu, who anointed him to be the new king. When Jehu came to Jezebel, Jezebel heard the news. She put her makeup on and fixed her hair. Then she stood by the window. Jehu came to the window and said, "Throw Jezebel down!" His men threw her down and she died from the fall. Whoa, that's a crazy ending. Anyways, back to you, Cece.
Wow, Jezebel sure was a mean lady. You know, that almost reminds me of this one time where...
We interrupt your regularly scheduled program to bring you this friendly interruption. Please enjoy these facts from Tammy.
Hey y'all, it's Tammy, and I've heard you've been asking about me. Well, I'm here, and today I've got 2 facts for you. Fact number 1, 75% of your brain is made of water. Did you know that? And fact number 2, horses actually sleep standing up. Well, slap my knee and call me crazy. I did not know those facts.
I did not know those facts. Did you? Anyway, back to Cece.
Well, that was silly. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's time for...
Adventure Mode!
God told the prophet Elijah to go and find a man named Elisha. Elisha would be the prophet after Elijah left. Elijah obeyed God and found Elisha working in a field, and Elisha followed Elijah everywhere he went. Sometime later, it was time for God to take Elijah up into heaven. Elijah told Elisha, "Please stay here." But Elisha said, "I promise as the Lord lives, I will not leave you." So the 2 men went down to Jericho and stopped at the Jordan River. Elijah took off his coat, folded it, and hit the water with it. The water separated and they crossed the river on dry ground. After they crossed the river, Elijah said to Elisha, "What do you want me to do for you before God takes me away?" Elisha said, "I ask you for a double share of your spirit on me." Elijah said, "You have asked a hard thing. If you see me when I am taken from you, it will happen. But if you don't see me when I am taken from you, it will not happen." Suddenly, some horses and a chariot came and separated Elijah from Elisha. The horses and the chariot were like fire. Then Elijah was carried up into heaven in a whirlwind. Elijah's coat had fallen to the ground, so Elisha picked it up. He went back and stood at the edge of the Jordan River, and he hit the water. The water separated to the right and to the left, and Elisha crossed the river. Naaman was a great and powerful captain in the army, but he was also sick with leprosy. Naaman's slave girl told him of a great prophet named Elisha, and he went to him at once and stood outside the door. Elisha sent a messenger to Naaman who said, "Go and wash in the Jordan River 7 times. Then your skin will be healed." Naaman became angry and left. He said, I thought the prophet would come out and heal me or lay hands on me, but he sends a simple servant? But Naaman's servants went to him and said, Father, if the prophet told you to do some great thing, you would do it. But all he said was wash 7 times and you will be healed. So Naaman did what the man of God said. He went and dipped himself in the Jordan River 7 times, and he became pure and clean. The king of Aram was going to war against Israel. They planned an ambush, but Elisha heard from the Lord and stopped the Israelites' army and sent them another way. The king of Aram asked who the spy was among them. One of the officers said, Elisha, the prophet from Israel, can tell the king of Israel many secret things, even the words that you speak in secret. So the king of Aram sent his army to capture Elisha. Elisha's servant got up early that morning. When he went outside, he saw an army with horses and chariots all around the city. The servant said to Elisha, Oh, my master, what can we do? Elisha said, Don't be afraid. The army that fights for us is larger than the army that fights for Aram. Elisha prayed and said, Lord, I ask you, open my servant's eyes so that he can see. The Lord opened the eyes of the young man, and the servant saw the mountain was full of horses and chariots of fire. They were all around Elisha, and he prayed to the Lord and said, I pray that you will cause these men to become blind. So God did what Elisha asked, and the Aram army became blind. Elisha said to the Aram army, This is not the right city. Follow me. I will lead you to the man you are looking for. Then Elisha led them to Samaria, the Aram's enemy. When they arrived at Samaria, Elisha said, Lord, open the eyes of these men so that they can see. The Lord opened their eyes, and the Aram army saw they were in the city of Samaria. The king of Israel saw the Aram army and said to Elisha, Should I kill them? Elisha answered, No, don't kill them. Give them some bread and water. Let them eat and drink. Then let them go home. And these are the stories of Elisha, the great prophet. And that's what we learned on
Adventure Mode!
Wow! Elisha was so cool! With God's power, he was able to perform a lot of miracles. I think my favorite was the one where God's heavenly army was standing behind them, ready to fight. What was yours, Kingdom Kids? Maybe you can tell your parents or friends about the things that you learned today. Or you can even read about this story on your own with your family. Today's story can be found in 2 Kings 2 through 13. That's all we have time for today, Kingdom Kids. I'll see you next time. Bye!